I really appreciate how energy efficient the house is and how easy it is to upkeep. Living here has definitely saved me money. I essentially only pay for electricity, and during the winter months I obviously pay for kind of wood and fuel for the log burning stove, which heats the water.
It just feels like it gives you a better standard of living. The quality of air is good, and you know, if there's any debris floating about in the air, the MVHR unit's doing its best to obviously make the air a lot cleaner for you and your family to breathe in.
I personally love it. It gives you, you know, the air is exchanged all the time, so you have constant fresh air. And I have massive allergies, and since I've moved in here, well, I don't have massive allergies anymore. I can cope with it.
It's made a massive impact on, you know, how much I was paying beforehand, before I lived here, and it's actually allowed me to have a lot more kind of money freed up for things that I enjoy doing in life.
Before I moved in here, I rented a cottage in Heck, which is about 3 miles down the road, and it was a converted cow byre, and it had rubble walls. My rent there was £400 a month, and I spent £400 a month on heating.
Compared to our old house, and we more or less half the bills that we had on fossil fuels and gas, oil that we used in previous properties. So yeah, it's really good for lowering the bills in that area, and also in regards to electricity, we're not spending a lot more on heating the building or heating water, because we've got the solar panels and the log burner to compensate for that.
When the tenants first move in, because it is something completely different and there is no heating system, they like to have somebody on hand that they can pick up the phone and speak to, or I will call round there once a week for the first few weeks just to make sure they're comfortable with how the house works. After that, they don't really need any help at all and are quite happy because the house will run itself.
My neighbours and the estate have been very kind and been able to come in and help me understand how to ventilate the house and what settings to use.
Once we moved into the property, Kathy had showed us the ins and outs of filters, and obviously the difference in fan boost values on the control panel to change the speed of the fans, which also increases airflow.
It was a learning curve when I first moved in here, but it didn't take long to learn how to run the house properly.
I find the house very comfortable, and you know, both temperature-wise, and so it's a very easy place just to be relaxed.
So I've got a magical red folder that is very informative, and I've also got quite close contact with my landlord and the kind of estate that manages this house.
Very good standard of living, well put together, and there's plenty of space and airiness and just a well-being, good feeling about the house. So it is,
I would definitely recommend a passive house to other people. It's been fantastic living here. I feel very lucky and privileged to live in a house that's so energy efficient, and kind of, it's been great.
This is our home, you know, and it would be very hard to leave here, very hard.
Mm-hmm.